everyone, my name is Carrow Brown, and I am an urban fantasy author. I'm coming here today to talk to you about the oldie tag that I got from Aaron. Aaron tagged me in this, and I was kind of like a little bit surprised because I didn't know I qualified for the oldie tag until I saw that you had to be on YouTube, Authortube for a year, and I was like, oh, I totally qualify. And I already know who I'm going to tag at this, so if you want to know who that is, that'll be at the end of the video. But first off, Aaron, thank you so much for tagging me in this, and actually thank you so much for popping into my life on Twitter that one night, and she and I had this gab fest, and we've pretty much been twinning it ever since then. So Aaron, you rock. Thank you. So this tag has about 10 questions. I'm going to try and answer them as concisely as I can, and hopefully you guys will get maybe a little bit of a takeaway from this, learning from some of the things that I've done and all that other jazz. But let's go ahead and we'll dive into the first question. Alright, so first question, how long have you been doing Authortube? I have been doing Authortube since 2019 of January. Yeah, January 2019. And I was on YouTube before that. I was doing it as a gaming streamer kind of person. So if you liked hearing basically me get upset at my rating team, that was totally a thing. But that's been archived for the good of everyone else, so that's gone. But yeah, so I've been on Authortube for almost a year and a half at this point. Yeah, over a year and a half now. Question 2, what is your favorite video that you've made so far? The sarcastic meditation has been my favoriteest video that I have made so far. And the reason I really like doing it is because it was just a lot of fun for me to do, and I actually got to see a live reaction of one of my friends watching it, and watching her just laugh in her chair was probably the best thing ever, and the responses to it have been pretty good. So that's been my favorite video. It was great. I loved doing it, and I loved watching people enjoy it too. So I'm trying to improve my mic quality for that, so that way the next one doesn't have the kind of sound in it. But anyway, moving on. Let's see, what is the biggest difference in Authortube from when you started? People. People are the biggest difference. Not saying that Authortube was really small when I showed up, but I didn't know a lot of people when I first kind of hit the scene, and then it exploded right after that. And it feels like everywhere I turn, there's a new person, which is both amazing, overwhelming, and intimidating at the same time. I really do like meeting all these other people who are on Authortube and wanting to kind of make connections with them, but at the same time, there's just so many, and I get lost, and I don't even know where to start sometimes, so it's that's the big difference. So people, there's just a lot more people. And you know what, the other big difference is the way that YouTube basically runs, because when I showed up, you still post videos and stuff like that, but the way that you get visibility has definitely changed since then. And I tried to do a lot of things. I tried to do a lot of word of mouth at then. I try to do it a lot now, but yeah, I definitely focus a lot on trying to spread out awareness that my videos are out on different platforms at this phase, because I don't always count on YouTube to let people know that I've got videos out. Alright, question 4, who or what inspired you to join Authortube? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, when I first joined YouTube, when I first joined Authortube, I was actually with a publishing company called 8 Little Pages. You may have heard of them. They're not a thing anymore. But when I was with 8 Little Pages, they encouraged me to do what I had to do to basically be visible to everyone. So I knew the fastest way to get visibility was actually to go to YouTube, because people respond to faces and voice and inflections and all that really well, versus me trying to find a voice on Twitter and me trying to swim through all the hundreds of thousands of Bookstagram pictures. So I went to YouTube for that purpose, and I've honestly stayed for the company. The people that I have met here have been super cool, super responsive, super relatable, and in a lot of situations they always have my back when I've got a tough situation going on. So came for the exposure, stayed for the people. Alright, question 5, what is your most underrated video? One that you're super proud of but didn't get as popular as others. So I actually have a series of videos where I talk about how to use social media and different ways to market, and those get pretty much no exposure. They're my older videos, so they aren't as fancy. It's me sitting over there with this not even here, these bookshelves are not here. But a lot of the information, the primer information that I give people, is pretty much the same in those videos, and I always say hey, it's in that video if you want to go check it out, and they're cool, and then they never go there, and I'm kind of sad because for me to make those videos, I had to do a lot of research, I had to talk to a lot of people, and I left in references and all that other stuff, but yeah, they still just kind of sit there, and when I kind of think about it now I'm kind of mulling over that situation, I can understand why people don't want to go to the video. A lot of people are actually looking for that connection to another person, so hearing "go watch my video" is not always the response that they want to hear. They would rather hear it from you in a real-time situation, so that I kind of get. I'm just still kind of sad that I made them and they just... Question number 6, what is the most valuable lesson that you have learned so far? Make content that you like doing. Don't feel like you have to make content because you're expected to make that content. I always tell people that I can pick up a rock and chuck it at an authortuber, and they've probably already gone ahead and made a lot of the content that people feel like they have to make, whether they've actually like published books or not. And at the end of the day, your platform is going to be whatever you want it to be, but if it's going to be whatever you want it to be, make it something that you enjoy doing. Make it part of who you are. Kind of make it personal to you. So for example, like when I started making my tarot deck review videos, I thought I was just going to have like maybe like 2 views on it because it's just a weird Carrow thing and I didn't expect a lot of people to really get into it. But it's been actually really good because it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I have met other people who are very passionate about, and we talk and we exchange pictures about the decks, and we talk about like all sorts of tarot topics, and I absolutely love it. I didn't expect that those videos would bring more people to me, but they have, and it's been great. And I would just encourage you to find videos and kind of focus on things that you like, whether it be planners, whether it be crochet, let it be tarot, let it be reading your favorite books, whatever it is. Just make that channel you. Make that channel part of who you are and what you want to share with the world appropriately. Let's see, so how many book collections have you published since starting Authortube? So I've technically published my first book twice, because I had a thing with a publisher, so I was with one, left, found another one, got it published. So I have published 1 book. I have published 4 short stories, soon to be 5 this September, because I have a short story and an anthology that's coming out with a British publisher, so that's going to be a thing. And then no, I think I've published 5 short stories, 1 novel, and then I have the other one that's coming out. So yeah, I've been kind of focusing more on like the quicker to get out things while working on the longer term projects, because I feel better when I am able to push out content a little bit faster than a novel would usually go. But yeah, that's what I've gotten out so far. Okay, so let's see, question 8, what do you think about your oldest video? Are you nostalgic or cringe about them? So my first video that I made on Authortube was the newbie author tag, and kind of a mix of cringe and dread and bittersweet memories, because that was me coming out saying, hey, I'm getting published with 8 little pages and all this other stuff, and that went down like a... I think you can see like a lot more of my personality in that video. You know, when I'm not having to like host a live stream and like do 3 things at once, I like to think I'm pretty jovial, but you know, save it for if you guys like ever meet me in person. But you know, more of my humor was there, a bit more of my inflections were there, all that kind of stuff. And not quite present in these videos because I have been focusing a little bit more on like educational material, you know, kind of how-tos and all that kind of jazz. And I'm trying to kind of sway away from that just a little bit, because I would like to make more of my humor present in my videos, as evident in the last few ones that I have published recently here on YouTube. I'm not really very fond of that video, I guess, when I look back on it. Sometimes I want to get rid of it, but I'm going to keep it there because I think it's really important to see somebody's journey over time kind of thing. So you can kind of watch me when I just started and I had a tan. I used to coach cross country, so I was spending a lot of time outside, so my face was bronze, my hair was lighter, now it's pale, and I've got green hair because I dye it every couple of weeks. But yeah, so I got mixed feelings, yeah. Now, let's see. Question 9, how has your process changed since you started? My process has not changed. So for me, when it comes to YouTube, is that it's every time I have tried to plan my content, I don't follow the plan. I'm a really big outliner with my books, but I'm a huge pantser when it comes to my YouTube videos. Usually it's me waking up on Monday going, I wonder what kind of video I'm going to make this week, and I kind of feel, you know, I kind of gauge how I feel that week, and I'm like, I want to make this kind of video, and so then I just go make it. Like for example, I had literally had a schedule of the kinds of videos that I was going to make for the last 4 weeks. I haven't followed it at all. Like, not at all. The one thing that I am going to try and do is that I have a whole bunch of tarot card decks, and what I want to do is I do want to bulk record those and have those ready to go, so it's one less thing that I have to worry about for the week, because at this point I am publishing a video on Tuesday, Friday, and then I'm posting the vlogs on Sunday. Vlogs are new, so I haven't really found my rhythm with editing and uploading the vlogs yet, so that's something that's definitely changed in my process. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the bulk editing, or the bulk, so I'm gonna do the bulk recording for things that I can bulk record, and then everything else, I think I'm pretty much still gonna play it on a weekly basis, because When I try to make videos, I try to have fun with them, and I try to make them something that I enjoy. And if I wake up on Monday and I don't feel like making a mythology one-on-one video, and I would rather make a, you know, how to make friends and influence people video, then that's what I'm pretty much gonna do. So, yeah. Question 10, what hopes do you have for the future of your channel and or for the Authortube community? Well, for my channel, I would like to continue moving on in the direction of things that are just kind of about me. Up until now, I've been kind of doing like the regular Authortube platform thing. And as I cement more of my ventures and I'm ready to start talking more about those, and probably like, what day is it? I can probably talk more about those like mid-September. But as those become cemented, I really just want this place to be kind of like a Carrow playground kind of place. You guys come over, we laugh, we have some fun, we write some words, we have a good time. Every now and then I'll post up like an educational video, but like most of the time, you know, if you come here, I hope that you know that when you're here that you're going to have a smile and you're going to have like a nugget of wisdom to take with you. So that's kind of my goal for my channel. The goal for the Authortube community in general, I would definitely like to do more things that bring people together. I mean, 2020 has been really rough, like on all fronts, like everywhere. It's been really rough. And one of the nice things, or rather one of the side effects of 2020 is that more people have actually shown up to Authortube, which I think is amazing. And I would like to keep that community involvement pretty strong, even after, you know, one day when we can all go back out into the outside world. I would like to make sure that we continue to do still like a lot of the collabs that we're doing, that we all continue to have like this family camaraderie that we've got going on, and just make sure that we're a good supportive community of each other, because, you know, there's nothing like having to deal with stress in a place that you want to have fun. That kind of really kills the fun, you know? I think collabs are a really good way to do that. It's just kind of important to know when to say yes and no to collabs, if you know what I'm talking about, because it's really easy to say yes to all the collabs, but at the same time, it's kind of like you have to know yourself and gauge like your, you know, how much work can you do, how much work is it going to take to do this collab and all that stuff, and then like when is the collab happening, like all that stuff. So if you kind of like have a good understanding about what you're capable of and the expectations with the collab and all that other stuff, then I would encourage you to do it. Or if you want, you could host your own. Did you hear me? You could host your own collab. I think of like all the collabs that I've taken part in, or that I've been asked to take part in, I've only said no to like, I think it was just one. And the reason I said no to it is because I didn't feel like I was qualified to speak on that front, which is what I told them, and they respected that, and they were like, cool. But yeah, no, I actually like collabs because it lets me meet other people, and it kind of helps me find like other people that are out there in Authortube. Like every time I do a collab with a different person, it's like, hey, you've got people that I never knew. What is your name? You've got new person smell. Let's exchange stuff. So those are my answers, and that means that now I get to tag some other people, and I fully plan to. So I'm going to tag Sarah Schwarmweber, I'm going to tag Dana Gollin, I'm going to tag Robert Jones, Sky Higgis, Dal Seal Saruno, and I'm going to tag Adega Outlaw. And I wanted to tag some other people, but they haven't been on YouTube for a year yet, so I was kind of like bummed out about that. And in some cases, like Amy doesn't have a YouTube channel yet. But I have tagged you wonderful people. I look forward to seeing your video responses, and feel free to tag some other folks too. And if I didn't tag you and you qualify for the year part of this, go ahead and make your own video. Just assume that I tagged you. But that is going to be me for this video. Thank you guys for coming and hearing me talk about this tag, and I hope that you all have a good day.